Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the ESL Pro Tour Weekly. It is June 22nd in the year 2020, and I am Nathanias. We're in the middle stages of the tournament now, and we have what should be a good match, I think, in the bottom left. We're using the classic Workers and Command Center. We've got Ziggy, yeah. And in the top right, the incredibly handsome man from wild, crazy Florida. He is Kelazhur. Florida man claps cheeks in TvT. More on the news today. Let's see what happens. This SCV coming over here. Oh, second barracks. Pog. So 2 racks Reaper is not that crazy in TvT. I was just getting my bearings a little bit. The animations for this command center skin are so wild, by the way. I think it was Lambo who pointed out that the planetary doesn't actually look different at all. It literally just makes 2 guns stick out of this like yellow thing. But we do have a pretty insane matchup. I mean, this map is really hard to kill somebody on. Eternal Empire is easily the best Terran map in the pool, in my opinion. Like, Eternal Empire is a really good defensive map. You only have one easy way to the natural. This way kind of has to go through the third, but that makes defending your third easier. Usually you don't have to rally through this choke point because it's tough to get through. And it's hard to be able to break those rocks without your opponent seeing. Kelazhur gets the jump on Ziggy's Reaper, though. A good use of the grenade to buy himself a little bit of time. Now, the strength of this build is that obviously a couple of Reapers early on can win you a game of StarCraft very easily. Like, you can absolutely dunk on somebody like that. And I'm talking like Dunkaroos with the cinnamon frosting. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? The little Dunkaroo dipping sticks. They're kind of like fake French toast sticks. Actually, French toast sticks dumped in like a cinnamon icing is also pretty bomb.com. Denying this command center in the natural. So this is kind of the strength of the build, like I was saying. The Reapers can obviously kill everything and win the game. They are very close to killing that Marine, at which point the command center would likely have been canceled, or a bunch of SCVs would have to be pulled. Now, this is an important interaction. Reapers actually beat Hellions one-on-one without really too much micro. Like, the Reapers can win. So Kelazhur's going to go 3 CCs. He's got his own command center, and you're going to notice that one's done. This one started much later, but it actually still ends up like finishing at around a similar time. Except the difference, of course, is that he has done some damage, has a couple of units already on the map, and has his 3rd command center well on the way. These 3 Reapers still doing a tremendous amount of damage. And by keeping them alive, having those 4-ish, right? He lost 1, right? Yeah, so you only ever build 5 Reapers with this. This build is very good because it also will usually give you a free win versus Proxy Marine or Proxy Reaper, just because you have the high ground. And even if you have 1 less Reaper, your Reapers are all going to get an extra volley or 2 in. So it's very hard to play against this style. He's forced to pull the Workers again because 4 Reapers will absolutely clap a couple of Hellions, and he needs to bring his units up from the natural expansion. This is not the position that you want to be in if you're Ziggy. The Hellion getting so low as he continues to dance around inside of the main base. Now, that Hellion might be able to get some work done with the help of these Marines, but unfortunately, 7 SCVs have already been sent to the Gulag. Will they be able to win their fights and respawn? I do not think so. Sadly, this is not that kind of game. The Cyclone does get that shoot, but the boop pushes the SCVs back, and now we have a 3-orbital Kelazhur going for stim. His tech is going to be a lot later. He's much later on the tech side of things. But Ziggy, unable to actually capitalize on his earlier tech because his economy has been absolutely ravaged and devastated. We're looking at 10 SCVs killed at the start of this game, the delayed command center, and this mule. Guess what, guys? 25 minerals gone forever. Feels bad, man. So with that, even though the starport is later, there's no starport units for Ziggy. He doesn't have a Raven. He doesn't have a Banshee. He's just going to build the reactor on this. Maybe start going for Vikings. But even if he tries to get some sort of early move out, if Kelazhur has any awareness, it's going to be really hard for Ziggy to attack him because this map is so good defensively, but he's also going to have stim soon. Yeah, he just GG's. Oh, I didn't think he just... Okay. Well, let's get to game number 2 then. Yeah, no, he realized it. He realized it. I'm saying it out loud and Ziggy's like, oh, I'm dead. All right, we're loading into game number 2, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta say, I did not think he was going to be able to clap him that fast, but very well done job in game number 1 by this gentleman in the bottom wearing blue. He is Kelazhur. He's awesome. You may recognize him from the hit Nickelodeon series Dora the Explorer. That's right, he is Diego. His name is literally Diego. It's a fun double entendre for you. I've never met a single entendre. They're always in a relationship. How strange is that? And in the top left, his yellow Terran opponent, he is Ziggy. A Zig. Ah. Oh my God, that's what I need. He needs a Spice Girls intro. Can I be copy striked for that sound I just made? I'm scared. Anyway, good times, good StarCraft to watch. Hopefully you're all having a great day here. As these matches stay best of 3 until the semifinals, whereupon they become best of 5s. And of course, as we all know, in the final, it's still going to be best of 5. But, you know, the funny thing about the finals is it's pretty much always just Raynor versus Hero Marine. So I expect it to be Raynor versus Hero Marine or something like that again, unless they play on the same side of the bracket beforehand, because those two players have cumulatively won like 17 of these cups. And there have only been, this is number 24, just to be, it's, you know, trying to explain it to you guys is making me laugh because I'm like, yeah, how stupid is that? Man, some players, Raynor pretty much doesn't lose when he plays in these. Raynor doesn't lose when he plays in these. And usually Hero Marine wins all of the other ones that Raynor's not in. Sometimes he trades. I think Showtime's won a few of them. So a couple of the German powerhouses have been doing well. I always find it interesting because people try to talk too much, I think, about the stats from these cups. All of the best players do not play in these cups. A lot of them do. But I think Cyril has not played in any, right? Cyril just does not really do the online cups. The most interesting part about that to me, sorry, I was doing big stretch. The most interesting part about that to me is that they actually jacked up the prize pool of these quite a bit. Like, they raised the prize pool for these cups. I think the totals split is somewhere around, like, what? It's like $400 for the total pot. It's obviously split. It's obviously split around, but, like, there's good money on the line now. It got a pretty big boost because they had to cancel all of the offline events due to, you know, the COVID stuff. But, wow, okay, so the Reactored Reaper with one Hellion at a time. So he's looking to do pressure. Is this going to be the Reaper medevac build? So this is actually something that I've seen quite a few times on the ladder. You go for about 4 to 6 Reapers, like 3-4 Hellions maybe, and a medevac. So you basically just push out with the medevac. So he'll have enough time to get these Reapers and then have maybe a few more rally behind. But it's kind of a bop build. If you've ever played the 1990s hit, it's not really a board game. Well, how do you just, I don't actually, what genre of game is that? Is it, would you just call it a toy? Is it a toy game? The hit 90s game Bop It, where you just, you know, he might end up bopping Kelazhur with this build if he's caught unprepared or unawares. So the Reapers might try to pressure the front. The Hellions could go into the back and wait for the medevac to give them a lift. But usually you just fight with everything, and then the Reapers win the Reaper versus Reaper fight because medevacs. And then Reapers always beat Hellions, but then with medevac support, they win even harder. And then, of course, you remember that Kelazhur, or Ziggy, has Hellions of his own. So the Reapers jump up the ramp, and the Hellions get elevated. Elevated? Is that a word? Why does it sound like that shouldn't be a word I'm saying? Elevate. Elevator? Elevated. Oh, it's because I'm saying turd. Okay, that's fair. So the Hellions and the Reapers into the main base now. It's very hard. Even if you have what you need to deal with this, stopping that first wave of attacks from killing a bunch of your SCVs is very difficult. But thus far, Kelazhur's only lost 2 of his workers, and he actually kills everything. Man, every single time I play versus this build, I lose all my so fast. And now, it looks like you're Zig dead, bruh. Oh, Cyclone! Oh! No! Okay, he barely gets away. So his natural is almost done. Meanwhile, Kelazhur has had his natural for so long that he's actually already paid property tax on it. Ziggy's his medevac, very low in health. So he unloads the Hellions. He's trying to send some of these units home, because Kelazhur actually still has quite a few units. Like, if he jumps this army, he's going to need to use his Raven energy for a turret to keep himself alive. Definitely want to go back and repair the medevac, repair the Hellions, because 4 Reapers can really do a lot of damage. Like, 4 Reapers can ruin your day, you know? Like, you get into work, it's Monday, your boss is like, hey, man, I know, guys, everybody's having tough times these days. Let's keep this Monday chill. But then 4 Reapers show up, and you're like, oh, shit, right? This isn't, you know, I don't need this right now. Let me power up for a few episodes. So 1 Reaper gets picked off by the Cyclone. The Raven's forced to drop an auto turret, which tragically does nothing. And Kelazhur kills 3 SCVs. Might go for 1 more exit frag. Not able to get it. But, I mean, look at the economy. So the 3rd command center is about, 35 seconds versus 60 seconds. So Kelazhur's very well ahead on his command center, his 3rd one. But he's also ahead on workers. So Ziggy doesn't really have an opportunity to catch up in building SCVs. He has to deal damage or hope that Kelazhur just forgets to build SCVs or like supply depots or something. But Kelazhur's at 74 of 93. He's a rich boy, and he knows it. He don't need no sugar mama. He don't need no sugar daddy. And a trust fund baby. He does have a Cyclone ready to intercept this medevac. Intercept it. He could actually drop on the Cyclone. It would not be the worst play to boost the medevac over the Cyclone and drag drop over it to try and kill it. He instead uses the Raven's auto turrets to try and pull some of the forces to the natural instead. And there we go. There's the unload. And he actually catches the SCVs trying to start the engineering base right here. I mean, forcing cancels on this, not bad. Cancels the E-base after killing the workers. Couple of SCVs still injured. Very vulnerable, fresh and vulnerable out there. The Cyclone was sent out to deal with the Ravens. Now, he does able to pick off, I believe, 1 of them. He gets the 2nd Raven, which is insane. But at the same time, Ziggy with 12 workers killed. Now, look, Ziggy's only down about 5 SCVs. If he can get just a little bit more damage done, he will be able to bring this game closer to an economic equilibrium. However, unfortunately, as this medevac does get picked off the Cyclone. Okay, Cyclone is kept alive. I mean, does he have enough of an actual army to fight against Kelazhur? Kelazhur has 3 Ravens with a lot of energy. I'm seeing like 7 auto turrets in his face in the immediate future. But there are Vikings. Oh, if he loses the Raven, oh, he loses a full energy Raven without being able to drop the turrets. Now he's trying to drop a couple of them, but there's just too many siege tanks. They blow the turrets up. Easy peasy. I mean, he's going to try and go for the denial on this 3rd, but good luck, Chuck, because I don't see it happening. Ziggy has gotten himself into an actually pretty nice position. A scan will allow him to kill a few units. That's going to buy some time off this 3rd base being ready, but at the end of the day, he can always reposition it to the other base. Yeah, I tried to verb the word elevator. I'm sorry. I'm just apologizing. He's pulling a lot of SCVs to deal with this attack, though. It looks like Kelazhur has managed to crack his way through. Even the Vikings not able to make it happen. And GG, a 2-0 win for Diego. I honestly did not think he was going to be able to break him like that. But I think it had to do with he had that scan and he just sieged his tanks a little bit earlier. He killed like half the tanks very quickly before he was spotted. And honestly, I didn't think that would happen. Just very well done. Very good job.